All right, everybody. I am here again. We are back again. And it feels like a good day to do a strip tease to the sound of our boundaries. Hey! Yes, come on. The sound of the music today is our boundaries. Boundaries. Say it with me. Boundaries. One more time. Boundaries. So go ahead and just pause for the cause, as the DJ used to say when I was 18 dancing in the strip club. Let's take a pause for the cause. Let's, make some space, make way for ourselves, and let's dance. Let's think about the striptease element. So feel free to pause this recording and grab different layers. So maybe you want to grab a suit, you want to grab a gown, you want to grab some lingerie, aka lingerie. You want to maybe grab a towel, you want to do whatever. I advise you to grab at least maybe put on like 3 or 4 layers so that you can dance with me as I encourage you to say these particular prompts, these particular thoughts, and we're going to dance out these affirmations. We're going to dance out these boundaries. We're going to dance out these questions, if you will. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead and grab everything that you need, honey. Grab. I'm actually going to, you might be able to hear me moving, but I think I'm going to do this with y'all. Ooh. Okay. Come on. So, here we go. Pausing. Hopefully, you are back now. If you're not, you're going to pause it. And go ahead and get in a beautiful, peaceful, yet power pose, right? We're going to think about a diva power pose. And I invite you to sort of lift your hands, lift your head, put your chest in a position to where it looks and feels like your heart is open, and kind of imagine yourself inviting yourself into the room. Picture yourself inviting, if it feels safe to you, ancestors in the room, spirit animals in the room, whatever feels good, sensual energy in the room, whatever feels good, whatever feels safe, whatever is your thing. Go ahead and invite that powerful energy into the room. And when you are ready, dance in silence, as I recommend and often do. Or turn on some music, have it low enough to where you can hear me. And I want you to answer these questions and I want you to dance them out. And as you dance, make sure you take off one article of clothing. And the article of clothing, once it drops on the floor, we're going to imagine that's the moment where we receive our power. That's the moment when we release doubt. That's the moment when we give ourselves permission to honor our boundaries with ourselves first, and then it'll be easier to do that with other people in our family, in our circles, at work, down the street, wherever we are. So let's get into it. Ooh. Okay, first thing, how can I support myself by saying no to myself? Again, we want to focus on ourselves first. I also recommend pausing between each question. That way you give yourself time. But how can I support myself by saying no? Mm-hmm. And if you are back, the next question is, how can I support myself by saying yes? Or yes, if you're me. How am I saying yes to myself today, this week, in the next hour? How am I saying yes? How can I take off my clothes to signify that I am willing to say yes? And the next question, in the past, I was afraid to honor my boundaries because dance it out, live out loud, tell your truth, trust the emotions that may be coming up, even if it's boredom. Pausing when you need to. Taking off those clothes. The next moment, sometimes I abandon myself because I fear. And how can we undress here? How can we move around? How can we kick? How can we scratch? How can we stomp? How can we saunter? How can we wiggle? As we acknowledge, without fear, without judgment, but just as a reminder, say, hey, I don't think I like that, so I'm going to release that. I'm going to make a conscious decision to be mindful of this behavior, this pattern. And the next one, moving forward, I can love myself by. What do I need in order to feel safe and set and share my boundaries consistently with myself so it's easier to set these boundaries with others? And as we get ready for the final reveal, I wish to love myself by, and finish that out with movement. Tell your story to yourself through the art of striptease, peeling back the layers, releasing yourself to yourself without judgment. This isn't a beat up on yourself session. This is an acknowledgement so there can be consistent change and consistent love, consistent grace and kindness. And if you feel open, head to our Facebook group so I can hear all about your experiences with the art of a boundary strip tease.